Howdy, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. As always, we are live streaming our sessions on twitch.tv first, and then we'll be uploading the episodes to YouTube and podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow and subscribe here on Twitch, and you can check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitter as Random_Rhapsody. Kind of butchered that a bit. When we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had been caught off guard by their companion Shadowfire, abruptly running off into the forest after forcing a bag full of coin into the hands of Tergot. The surprised adventuring party eventually gave chase, following a trail of footprints left behind by the Luxodon cleric. The trail eventually led the circus along an old forest road to a settlement long since abandoned, where the group discovered a red-skinned tiefling in the middle of a battle with a banshee instead of their missing friend. The circus quickly came to his aid, and a good thing too, because soon 3 more banshees joined the fray. In the end, our heroes won the day, and the Debauchery Circus was introduced to Dolar, a bard who had been hired by the erudite conclave in Northimia to clear out the old settlement. While the tiefling collected the heads from the banshees, the circus used that time to rummage around the settlement, finding a few nifty items and some coin for their trouble. As the sun began to go down, the circus continued their journey north for what remained of the light before bedding down and setting watch for the night. During Ormr's watch, her high perception caught sight of some strange orbs of light flying out amongst the trees of the forest. Ormr at first moved out on her own to investigate these strange orbs, but seemed to be unable to get closer to them. Ormr decided to return to the camp to rouse Finn, who provided some possible insight into the phenomena. And so, Debauchery Circus, as the pair of you, Ormr and Finn, stand on the edge of the camp debating about whether or not to pursue these orbs, a question comes to each of your minds. The question of the week, which is, if there were 6 more hours in the day, how would you spend them? And since Dolar, you are the one who rolled it, go ahead and answer first. Dolar, are you there?
Yes, sorry about that. Dolar would be in front of a mirror, shirtless, playing guitar for all 6 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Because the only one that loves him more is himself.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Fantine, how about you?
Oh, jeez. Fantine is a real go-getter, so I would definitely spend them continuing my travel.
Oh yeah, that wanderlust. You gotta, if you get extra time, that's what you gotta do. I like it.
Yeah.
Tergot, how about you?
I have no clue.
Okay, well,
Tergot also has no clue.
I'll come back to you. Think about it for a minute. Finn, how about you?
Learn something new. Maybe reading some books, like the Karma Sutra.
God, yeah. That about tracks for Finn. It's definitely something worth learning, I guess. Ormr, how about you?
Ormr would either spend that 6 hours wandering, exploring, or practicing, like her way of way of mercy, hand of mercy, way of mercy, something like that. Or probably a combination of the two.
Okay, I like it. Tergot, we've swung back to you. If you had 6 more hours in the day, what would you use them for?
He'd be looking for a clue.
I mean, I'd probably spend him like every other hour of the day. Just, I honestly don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Well, anyway, Debauchery Circus. With those thoughts kind of lingering on your mind of what you could do if you had a bit more time, some of you are in various states of wakefulness possibly, some of you dead asleep, as Finn and Ormr consider the lights out in the distance. The edge of the forest is only a few short hours of travel from where you currently stand, and dawn is still a few hours away, but Debauchery Circus, what would you all like to do?
Are there any of the casters still sleeping who haven't gotten their full hours of rest?
I had to leave early last time, so I don't know how many hours it's been.
So, it's been probably, what were we on? I feel like we were either on the second or third watch of the night.
Yeah, so I
think I was third watch.
Yeah. I think we established half-elves do need a full rest, unless it's like what you were saying, 4 hours of sleep and 4 hours of trance.
Yeah, I imagine for half-elves, you do still need to sleep. You still need a decent amount of sleep, but probably not nearly as much as the other party. So probably as long as you got at least 6 hours of sleep, you would wake up to a full rest.
Okay, so did we have 6 hours?
Yeah, I'd say this is probably on the cusp of that 6th hour right now.
Okay, cool. All right, then I am slowly waking up, very slowly.
Okay, then I'll just go over and poke you a little bit.
I take the cucumbers off my eyes. Yes, what is it?
So,
Ooh, I got a crit in my back pocket.
Our resident turtle friend has seen some lights off in the distance, and I told her that it could quite possibly be fairies, but she seems rather insistent to check it out.
All right, I'll take a look with my vision. Can I peer out, maybe do some kind of a check to see if I can gather any more information?
I mean, you can go over to the edge of the camp and do a perception check. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll go join my friends and see if I can see anything. Perception check. That's big 5.
So Fantine, you join Finn and Ormr as they're looking out, and they point out in the direction, and to you it's like, imagine the light of a firefly you see in a really dark night. It's kind of like that, but bigger. Probably with a 5, it's hard for you to see it. You're having trouble making it out, and only are able to do so when Finn or Ormr point to one and direct your gaze to it. It's quite a ways off in the distance.
I've still got sand in my eyes.
Yeah, it's right there, out there among the edge of your vision. You can only barely just see them, but they're out there.
And are they just staying in one spot, kind of hovering, or are they moving around?
It's almost like a firefly situation where one winks out and then another one appears a little distance away. And
But when I try to follow them, they move they move away, right? Isn't that what happened last time? I followed them and they could move away.
Yeah, you started walking towards them about 20 feet, which isn't a huge distance away. And no matter how close you got, they still seemed about the same distance away.
That makes me suspicious that they would try to lead us somewhere. Could I, with the information that they've given me, could I make some kind of an arcana or an intelligence check to see if this reminds me of anything that I may have heard of?
Sure, go for it.
In my studies. All right. So I got a +3 to Arcana.
Well, you said Arcana check. Go ahead and roll it.
6. same roll on the die.
Yeah. In your entire life, you've read a lot of things and a lot of legends and a lot of stories, and this is nothing like this is coming to mind. It's out there. It's weird.
Really
but...
smart. He's probably right. It's probably fairies.
I'm gonna see if I can send Barnabas to get above the lights and see if he can see what it is.
Okay. What's Barnabas's fly speed?
It is 40 feet.
Okay. So describe for me exactly how you're sending Barnabas out to look at these. You're just sending him up above the trees to look down?
He's gonna turn invisible. He's gonna go above the lights and see if they look any different, and then if they don't look any different, he's gonna move forward a little bit at that height and see what happens.
Okay. So you move Barnabas down, flying him high up into the sky, and I'm just going to kind of move him a little bit. And
sure.
On the map, you can actually see a little bit, if you look down towards the bottom of the map, of some lights out there. Can you see them?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, they're very just small little glowy spots there on the map. And as Barnabas flies up about 40 feet, just above the tree line a little bit, as in his invisible form, and you can see through your connection through him,
yes,
since he's your familiar. How far does that go? Is it 120? I think, but double check for me.
Let me check. It's a little bit difficult to read things right now.
That's true. Here, let's see here. Okay, if it's within 100 feet of you, it can communicate telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see your familiar's eyes and hear through the next turn. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, about within 100 feet, it looks like. The internet can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so you send him up about 40 feet and ahead, flying a little bit above the treetops, looking down for these orbs of light. And as he does get closer to them, they do seem to be stationary, and it allows him to get reasonably close to where they are.
Mm-hmm.
To him, because he has dark vision, and he's using his dark vision to see these, they just appear to be bright, glowy spots in the forest.
Okay.
He can't see. Go ahead and make a perception check with Barnabas. He's looking down towards the light, and because it is dark vision, he can't see the color of the light themselves. But what he can see is there is a little bit of an outline of a form in that glowy spot. Just barely briefly with that 17, he was able to see just the outline of a form before that light moves off a little bit and gets beyond his field of vision.
Okay, since I was looking through his eyes, can I make a check? See if I recognize what that form could be?
Yeah, would you say that's a nature or maybe Arcana? But I feel like more nature than Arcana.
Nature is generally for animals and stuff. Arcana is for any sort of creature with a magical bent, but
yeah,
either one's fine.
I'm fine with Arcana in this instance.
I have the same score, so...
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter.
16.
You've definitely read about something like this before. Creatures in the forest with bright lights that do seem to try to lead unwary travelers somewhere. The name is escaping you. You're not quite sure what
That's
it
fine.
is, but
I'm both.
what you were saying earlier is definitely on track for what these creatures seem to be.
Yeah, I don't recall the names of these fellas, but it's definitely them being all about distracting weary travelers and trying to lead them somewhere. I can't recall quite where, but do I recall if it's like a nasty place?
There's a lot of stories that you've read about, being that you are of Fey ancestry, and you recognize that these are probably Fey spirits of some type, or Fey creatures of some type.
They're definitely like Fey creatures of some type, so probably somewhere in the Fey realm.
So
I wouldn't.
You've heard a lot of different stories. Some stories are of these creatures leading unwary travelers to harm and disaster, while others lead them to on heroic quests, or even on to magical new distant places. There's so many stories that you can't confidently say if these are good spirits or evil spirits or creatures or whatever it is they are, but you can surmise that they don't show up without a reason.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Shoji got to a point where they started to move away from her.
It's Ormr.
The turtle got to a point where they started to move away from her.
Yes.
So I'm going to move to right before that point and call out to them in Sylvan.
Okay.
Because that is the language of the Fae.
So you move about 20 feet ahead of you, which is where Ormr had moved. So feel free to move your token in that direction.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. So like here?
Yeah, to about there, and you call out in Sylvan. What are you calling out to them?
Oi, how you doing this fine evening, lads? I know you usually take folks places for some sort of reason. You want to have a chat for a bit?
Roll a persuasion check.
Heck yeah. Can I get advantage because I'm a Fae?
No.
Okay.
Good try, though.
25, doesn't matter. Don't need no advantage.
In a moment, you see several of the lights swirling around, going through the trees a little ways in the middle. I'll let you see them like this. 3 of these lights kind of converge towards each other and float just a little bit. Looks like probably about 50 or 60 feet ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kind of float there for a moment as you say your words. And then all 3 of them begin to move very slowly in this direction, down south of where your camp is.
I guess I'll slowly follow them.
I would like to keep an eye on my friend, Finn, Ormr. We should create like a little chain so that somebody is close enough to camp to scream out for help.
I agree. Do you want to stay closer to camp, or do you want me to?
I think I've got better ranged options. No offense. But if he gets in trouble and I'm like 30 feet away, I might be able to help and then yell back to you.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have very much ranged.
And then you can wake everyone, rush over, and start beating.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so I want to stay within 30 feet of Finn so that I can see him, but still be within range to yell back at my friend Ormr.
Okay, so Finn is walking towards these lights, moving at a slow, steady pace. Fantine, you're keeping about 30 feet behind him, watching him as he walks towards the lights. And as you both do, Fantine, you can just barely see them from where you are. Just a little bit of that. You have dark vision as well, so you're seeing that the dark and gray outline, and then that little ball of light that you kind of perceive as a lighter color than a lighter white or a lighter gray. I don't know, but anyway, you see them hovering there. 3 of them. A 4th kind of joins, and all of them are still kind of moving just slowly. They seem to be keeping a steady pace with how quickly you guys are all walking. But pretty soon, if Finn continues to walk forward and all of you continue to walk forward, you're going to get farther and farther away from your camp.
Okay. So I guess the question is, how far does Finn want to go?
Finn always wants to go all the way.
All the way. Third base, baby. Home run.
As long as everything still looks copacetic around me, I'm just gonna keep slowly following them.
Alright, I'm gonna stick... Because I figure if we waited till daylight, these guys would probably be gone, so... Gotta do it.
Okay. So Finn is following the quadruple... What was a group of 4? But anyway, the group of lights... Fantine, you're trailing about 30 feet behind. Ormr, you said you're going to stay within range of the camp. Are you following the 2 of them into the forest, or are you staying where you are?
I'll follow so long as I have enough. Like, I'm close enough that they could hear me if I yell.
Okay. Well, you continue to travel. It goes by 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Oh dear. Finn, are you sure we should be continuing?
No, I'm not sure.
Does it seem like you're getting closer to a destination of any kind?
I'm not sure. I don't even know what the heck kind of check for that would be. Because it's like survival if you know where you're going and you're trying to find your way there, but if you don't know where you're going...
Yeah, so for those 45 minutes that you all were walking, you were going south, deeper into the forest. You've left that, you guys had left the road, the old road that you were following north. That was north of where you guys had camped, just so to kind of give you an idea in your head of where you guys were. The road was going there. You guys camped just a little bit south off of that, and you guys have been trailing south in probably a slightly southeastish, because Finn, don't you have keen mind?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so I would remember the way we went.
Yes. So, and you would have a general idea of directions. So you could know that, yeah, you're traveling in a bit of a southeastern direction, and the farther you go, the deeper the forest is becoming. The trees, quite a few different types, and they're getting denser and closer together. Older as well. They're definitely much thicker, rounder trunks. These are not the young trees of the outlying of a forest. This is the old growth that you guys are beginning to get into, and you're having to start climbing down gullies and up ravines to try to keep up with them. But as your journey...
say, hold on, before we continue, I would say we should go for about an hour and then turn back, because it was about 2 hours until they would hit their 8 hour. Right? So if we follow them for an hour and then travel an hour back, it would be at the time that our friends were waking up. So I want to yell to Finn, be like, we should stop this pursuit at an hour.
Finn would probably be getting a little choked up seeing the trees and just go, I bet Shadowfire would have loved to see these thick trunks.
God damn.
Being an elephant man and all.
And this is no time for reminiscing. We've split the party directly in half, and I am concerned.
With everyone at camp sleeping.
With everyone asleep. So...
And just to finish the train of thought I had, I was
go
going
ahead.
to say that as you were climbing, like, up and going through the more difficult terrain of down gullies, up a little bit, having to climb and things like that, those lights, while maintaining the distance, they seem to pause every time you have to slow down or climb over something to get there. They're definitely leading you.
Mm-hmm. Oi, my friend back there's a little skittish. You want to give her some sign that we're doing the right thing here?
Unfortunately, other than the things hovering a little bit, bouncing, they make no response.
Okay.
I'll yell back to our friend Ormr and say, Ormr, it seems like Finn wants to continue pursuit. I'd be happy to back him up, but I think that somebody should wake our friends at camp.
Okay.
Or make sure that they're protected while they sleep.
I'm gonna go ahead and wake them up because I feel like we should probably all be pursuing them together, just in case.
Well, I imagine it's probably going to take you some time to get back.
Well, you're saying this at the 45-minute mark, so it's going to take you at least 45 minutes to get back. Finn would be able to tell you that they probably need another hour and a half total of sleep to be well rested for the next day.
Just watch over them, and I'll leave marks so you guys can follow us when they wake.
Okay. Alright, that's fine.
Let me ask two things. First of all, do I think these guys would disappear at sunup?
Make an intuition check.
Okay.
Like insight?
Yeah, insight, sorry.
Can I make one as well?
I guess so.
Oh, well, he got a
22.
22, so I'll just mind my business.
Yeah, there you go.
I rolled it anyway.
The chances are, yes. There's a
Okay.
good chance that at least as pale as these things are, it's going to be impossible to see them.
Fair. I
in
was
the day.
going to see if we could wait, but hearing that, no.
Yeah, I say, Ormr, rush back as fast as you can. Watch over the friends while they finish their rest. And then I want to try to catch up with Finn so that we're actually traveling together now.
Yeah. Just try not to turn into a gingerbread man, eh?
Run as fast as you can.
Okay.
Dash action. Because we were traveling out here pretty slowly. So hopefully you dash and make it back a little sooner. But we'll see.
Well, we're going through a deep, dense part of the forest, so Ormr, what I would like for you to do is make a survival check to try to find your way back to camp.
She pull a Kung Fu Panda and, start rolling with the use of
I mean,
her
I
shell?
will say, too, I did specifically say I was going to be close enough that they could hear me if I yelled.
Well, that was 45 minutes ago. You would have either let them keep going, or you would have followed. Did you stay... Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Did you stay within earshot of the camp and let the two of them go on? Because it's been about 45 minutes.
Oh, so
I mean,
if you stayed, you wouldn't be able to hear Fantine say to wake them up, but if you came with us, then you'd have to travel back. So...
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
which is it?
I mean, I probably would have slowly kind of followed along, but still hung back. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
been
be
walking-
very, very far in.
Ormr, what I'm saying is you've been walking for nearly an hour. Even if you were lingering back, it's been an hour. It's been 45 minutes. So
I would say you should stay back. You should, If I was gonna be like what you should do, I would just be like, oh, I stayed back when they got out of sight.
Well, she said that she followed you, so...
Okay. And I'm getting horribly lost, so...
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna give you my 10. So that's actually a 14.
So as Ormr heads off, you focus a little bit of the ability to manipulate reality that you have as part of your warlock patron, and Ormr at first seems to be walking off in the completely wrong direction, and just suddenly, boom! Instead, she's going along the trail, and
I say, may the Wanderer watch over you.
and you continue to head back north, Ormr, trying to pick your way along the trail. While she's doing that, Fantine and Finn.
Oh, I hope this wasn't a bad idea.
Same, love.
Well, if we die, we die.
If we die, you can blame me.
God, I really
Indeed, I will.
Let's see if I'm going to kill him.
But I guess we're going to continue following these ominous lights that definitely aren't going to murder us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they probably won't murder me because I'm already a Fae, but...
Oh, well, elves are descended from the Fae, and I'm half elf.
So they might just decide to remove the part of you that's not Fae and replace it with more Fae. You never know.
More elf?
No, I didn't necessarily say elf. Just more Fae.
You know, I'm a big fan of adventure, so let's get on with it.
Okay. Well, the two of you, Fantine and Finn, leaving your turtle companion to head back to camp, continue to follow the lights deeper into the forest. You do so for another hour, picking your way slowly among the denser and denser forest as you go. And as you do, you're beginning to see a little bit of light begin to come up over the horizon. At least that's what it seems at first. But as the two of you make your way down a hill into a very large gully area, you see just in the distance a small pool of water surrounded by dense trees, with a little bit of an opening between two very large oaks, and a bit of a path of moss, which I'm going to show you right now.
Finn, don't rush in.
No. You want to walk carefully and make sure you don't disturb any of the flowers or anything, you know.
And I want to cast Detect Magic using my wand.
So the two of you step forward, following these 3 or 4 lights. And as you do, they lead you towards this opening. You're casting Detect Magic, Fantine. Go ahead and throw that up in the chat box, please.
Just because I see an opening doesn't mean I immediately have to try and rush to get into it. I find that offensive.
No, I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
Better I say something and it be unwarranted than not say something and have you rush it.
Not like I rushed into your aunt's opening.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I'll leave that to the less attractive members of our party, like that Dola fella.
The less attractive ones, correct, yes.
So.
I agree.
So anyway, after that delightful exchange, the two of you make your way into this this bit of an opening between the 2 large trees. These are very, very, very thick and rich evergreens that you can see. And as you step forward, you can see the lights, the 4 lights, spread out and start going around this pool. As they do, more lights begin to shine, and you can see small balls of light coming in all around the lake, which actually you should be able to see on the map.
See, Fantine, they just wanted to take us to a party.
It seems like they wanted to take us to an ambush, but okay.
You all watch as the bright lights begin to shine somewhere out there among the trees, drawing closer and closer towards the pool before you. A fog begins to rise up from the water, illuminated by the sprites flying about you. The bright light moves out from the trees, an even brighter light, and it comes to glide slowly over the water. A shape. What's that?
Nothing. I'm stressed.
You see this light moving towards you all over the water at the far end, which I can actually show you that too. This light moves along the water, and as it does, a shape begins to form inside. An outline that is decidedly female, with long flowing hair and large pale eyes. The two of you, it looks at the two of you as you stand there at the edge of this opening, and it just kind of looks at you. Almost amusedly.
Did I pick up anything with my detect magic? Not yet.
No, not in 30 feet, no.
Okay.
I guess
I leave to Finn. Should we approach?
I'm gonna move forward slightly, and assuming that it would be appropriate etiquette for the Fae, I will bow to the lady.
I imitate Finn.
If it would be appropriate that I do something else instead, then I'll do whatever is appropriate.
Well, you got to do what you got to do. But bowing is fine.
Sure. I just didn't know what the standard was for Fae of consequence.
Well, again, that's why you're just you do what you do, and they react how they react.
Fair. Then I bow.
And that's a good thing you did, because as you bow, the creature, a being of light, steps forward a little bit closer, her feet almost delicately touching the water's edge. She looks at the two of you and says, "Seed bearers, why have you come to the Fang Hall?"
I elbow Finn.
Well, there were these lights, and they were inviting me to follow them.
My sprites sensed the presence of that which you carry.
Oh, yeah. I don't really have a choice in the matter. I fell in love, as it were, but before we were gonna elope, her boss decided he didn't really like me and wanted to try and hurt me, but since he had never done it to a Fae before, he kind of muffed it up.
Indeed. Inside you I sense the connection to something dark and infernal. It twists my stomach to look upon you. And yet I sense no malice in you, young satyr. Only
No.
sorrow and hope.
I'm on my way to try and get her back and see if I can't kick him out of me so that the two of us can live happily ever after.
The creature then focuses upon you, Fantine.
I'm like looking straight at the ground.
And she kind of, she's hovering there just over the water's edge. She begins to float upward towards the two of you by about 30 or so more feet, but up as well, kind of maybe another 10 or 15 feet into the air. Just to the water's edge. And she says, "And in you, I sense something altogether different. The touch of one from long ago. What curious company you keep, my dear. And not just those who travel with you." Fate. Go ahead.
I like to keep a little whimsy in my heart.
Fate is a fickle thing, and twisting it always comes with a cost, child. Be careful of those who may lead you afar, for the thing inside you is not a thing to be trifled with.
Goosebumps. Thank you, my lady.
When a fae tells you that your friend is chaotic, that means something.
I mean, I'm happy for it. I imagine the fae appreciate a little bit of chaos.
The smile that creeps upon this creature's face, you kind of interpret it as an, "Oh, I know exactly what you're getting into here, child." Like one of those just knowing smiles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what I want to be one day, where you're standing with a knowing smile, looking down upon some hapless soul who's about to get in over her head. It's a dream.
Quick out-of-game question.
Yes.
Does anybody know if there's like a dark mode for Roll20?
A dark mode?
Like
night mode.
Yeah, is that not on it? Yeah, the dynamic lighting is on.
Oh no, he's talking about like something that's easier on the eyes.
Oh, I see.
You might be able to set just your whole screen to dark mode. And
yeah, I turned down the brightness some. So.
Mm-hmm.
Is the screen too bright for you?
No, I'm dealing with it. It's just the edges are all that excess white there, you know. I'm just gonna zoom in some and it should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
does my detect magic ping anything as we're getting closer to this creature?
If you try and put it on her, your head might explode.
Well, it's in a 30-foot aura.
Yeah, so I'm trying. Let me see here.
Move closer 10 feet forward, and
you can. There are the sprites, these orbs that you've seen, as they're kind of swirling around now. You guys are able to see them more clearly. They kind of fly around you in little circles every so often, looking at you before flying away. And every time they do, you can see a magical aura around them.
Mm-hmm. Do I have a sense of the kind of magic or the energy of the magic?
It's definitely nature magic of some type.
All right.
Flying around like lights at a rave.
I'm seeing auras.
Yeah, this is probably some type of weird acid trip for the two of you. Sorry about that.
I'd just be doing witchy things.
You got to go on a life-changing field trip with Finn.
Yes, now we're bonding.
The creature looks between the two of you, and it says, "The seed you carry is ancient, a relic far out of time, powerful enough to awaken even one such as I. It is a power thought long to have been extinguished from this world, and yet I sense its presence within the two of you. How can this be?"
Are you talking about these stones, like the one in my head?
And the one in my chest.
She nods.
A seed, you say? Some seed of an ancient tree?
It is indeed a fragment of a dream seed.
I see.
Did you not know?
No, they were kind of forcefully embedded, the will of fate, you might say.
And yet I sense a stronger aura of it as well with your companions at your camp. You carry these things lightly to have so little knowledge of them.
I mean, we were heading to the city nearby to try and do some research.
Yes, we would love to gain knowledge about them.
It's just a bit like being a little kid when your dad wants you to learn to swim, so he just throws you in the deep end of the pool, innit?
The creature kind of smiles. Have a care on your travels, then. A dream seed is a treasure beyond measure. It is a fragment of the dreaming tree, a power beyond time and space. Many in this world seek to harness its power and overturn the natural order. Do not let the seed fall into the hands of those who wish to restore the tree, or countless lives will be lost. And as she says that, you see her just dissolve into mist that glows faintly and falls down to hover over the lake, or pool, I suppose. It's not quite a lake.
Right, that was exciting.
Yeah, I look at Finn and I'm like, it's a treasure, but we shouldn't let it come to fruition.
At least not for those evil folk, I suppose.
True. She said, don't let the tree be restored. Here I would have thought she'd be in favor.
Not sure. Perhaps it's simply something too volatile for ordinary folks to have access to, you know?
It makes me think that it would be very important for me to discover the contents of this book. Because I would like to know who destroyed this tree in the first place.
I would just like to make sure that you aren't gonna have your head explode while you do it.
Yeah, that's a good plan. That's why I read one page at a time. But hopefully I'll get to the point where I'm able to read it without exploding my brain. We'll see what happens.
Well, you can always try.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, the sprites move about you a few more times. One probably comes up and touches each of the seeds, if the seed fragments within the two of you, before all of them disappear, flying off into the forest and their lights extinguishing.
So I guess that's what we were meant to see and hear then.
A grave warning. Alright. I suppose we should return to our friends, but first I want to approach the pool of water. Gotta look in that water.
Okay, go ahead. What are you wanting to do?
I approach the edge of the pool and I want to peer into it, and I still got my detect magic, so I'm trying to see if there's anything in the water, any properties in the water, something.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Be near her, but just ready to pull her back
God,
in case something tries to grab her.
I can only roll 5s. I can only roll 3 on the die. That's it.
I mean, have that 20.
I'm not busting out my nat 20 for this. Finn, help me look with my eyes.
Right. Let's see what's down there. 14.
That's what I'm talking about.
You look down and you can see that the pool of water itself, now that the mist is finally starting to flow away and be clear, it's a silt-lined bottom pool. It's only maybe about 30-35 feet deep at its lowest point. It's very shallow. And other than rocks and a few branches and twigs, you don't really see anything at the bottom.
I think it's one of those things where she made it special by being here, and now that she's not here, it's just gone back to what it was before, you know?
Does my detect magic kind of confirm that theory?
It does. You do not,
Okay.
other than the stuff on you two, you're not detecting any other magic.
Well, Finn, I say let's return to our friends with some newfound clarity.
Yep. And I'll just let you guys decide amongst yourselves who gets to go on the next life-changing field trip with Finn.
Yes, I'd be happy to pass the torch. Not that I didn't have a good time, but but everybody deserves an opportunity.
I'm so disappointed the two of you didn't try to attack her outright. I was looking forward to that battle.
I see giant, sexy lady. I'm
I'm
not gonna
stupid, but I'm not an idiot.
I'm a simp, 100%. I see big, sexy lady. I fall to my knees.
Fair enough.
Something was going to drop, and it wasn't a weapon.
So I just want her help, and you just want to bone her.
No, I just want to worship her.
I mean, potato, tomato, we both use different words for the same thing.
Potato, tomato.
Wow. Okay.
She's the type of girl that you'd like to know. My name is Horton, and I see a hoe.
I wish Shadowfire was here.
As do we all.
He's too busy with your aunt.
No.
She likes it older.
Shadowfire was married.
Ormr.
Yeah, to your aunt.
Going back to Ormr, for a good hour, you're walking, heading back to camp, and it's a little difficult to make your way through the woods. You actually get a little bit turned around at one point and have to kind of double back, but you do manage to just barely get back to camp with a 14. You hit it right on the nose, but it costs you a little bit of time. And you do make it back to camp, and as you do, the sun is not quite ready to ascend the sky, but it's getting close. You're tired. And you never did get your full night's watch, or full night's rest.
I got most of it.
But you didn't get all of it. And as you
But I
settle
got
down,
most of it.
and as you settle down and kind of just wait for the evening to end, you are going to have a point of exhaustion for the next day.
Okay. I mean, that really doesn't do much. So
It's just, you're at disadvantage on...
It doesn't do much. It gives you disadvantage on virtually everything.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
Yes. A disadvantage on all ability checks. So not saving throws. But ability. Not saving throws or attack rolls, but all ability.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take a nap while we're wandering through the woods.
If only it worked that way.
If only we had a cart with a wagon. We do still have a horse, don't we?
You do.
You can sleep on the horse and somebody else guides the horse.
Have you ever tried to sleep on a horse?
That's probably not great. But what if you're a turtle and she goes inside her shell and then we strap her down to the horse?
I mean...
I got 50 feet of hempen rope.
I suppose if you have 50 feet of hempen rope and you coax Ormr to go fully into her shell, if that's even possible. I don't know if that's possible for a turtle.
There actually is a ability for turtles to go into their shell.
They get go
AC
in?
bonus. Yeah, they get an AC bonus and stuff.
Okay, well, if they can fully go in their shell, I would say that yes, you could tie her to the barrel of the horse. How much do you weigh again, Ormr?
I was going to say, that's the real question. Could the horse carry you?
Yeah, so it's literally
the horse,
just
well, okay, but I could be dragged.
Because we're not talking a Clydesdale here.
I weigh 450.
450 pounds? Whoa! Alright, Ormr, you might just have to wait until we get to Northimia, and then we'll get a nice hotel with all of the money that we have. We're gonna get a really nice room and a big feast.
Absolutely. Well, it does take you an hour and a half or so, or maybe longer, to find your way back to camp. Go ahead. Give me a stealth check, or not stealth, a survival check with advantage. Fantine and Finn.
Okay.
I have a +2. What do you have?
I have a +2 as well.
Doesn't matter. You can do it if you want.
I'll let you do it.
Advantage.
Yeah, considering.
Wow. Okay. So with a 10, it's a lot harder for you to find your way back.
I do have keen mind.
You have keen mind, which does help you a little bit. It's just going to take you a little longer. So,
okay.
By the time the two of you make it back to camp, the rest of the group has fully awoken. Probably set about making breakfast for the morning, and no doubt worried about the two of you when you finally step into camp once again.
That's always a good feeling.
Question: did Ormr tell us what was going on at all?
Yeah, I told you as much as I knew, that we were following the lights, and
Did you? And wandered off.
I came back.
Did you specifically know that they were Fado?
I would imagine they would have told me. Yeah, because
I mentioned it.
Yeah, Finn did mention that.
All right, so Tergot is up against a tree, head in his knees, and just not in it.
Okay.
Well, hope you guys didn't miss us too much.
Hey, it's a good feeling when you know somebody misses you when you're gone, you know?
No, you guys... I am in disbelief. I've spent half my life near a Fey portal.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys don't even think to wake me up? Fey lights!
Well, by the time we realized they were Fey lights, we were like 30 minutes away from camp. So,
I mean, I kind of assumed from the beginning, but that's because
I
dealt with this.
well,
He's a Fey.
you might need to take this up with Finn. I get some breakfast.
She's feeling a bit famished after all that simping she did last night.
Yes, it takes a lot of energy to simp as hard as I did.
I guess it's time for me to build up an appetite.
Did I tell you, Fantine met her, a girl she, fancies?
Did you guys find an Archfey out there?
Well, we found a tall, beautiful woman who came out of a pond. She didn't give us any swords, unfortunately, but she told us a little bit about these strange gems that have become embedded in our bodies, and that they are dream seeds of, and I pull out my book and gesture to the tree on the book. Say, this here ancient tree.
Okay, so, I mean, I kind of knew this when or not knew it, but kind of assumed when I attuned to the big magical blue seed thing.
Yes. But she also added that it's very important that the tree does not return, though she dispersed the fog before we could elaborate.
A cult is wanting it back. That's not the point.
Yeah?
Just, Faye.
Okay, next time there's any Faye, we'll definitely think of you, Tergot.
There's usually not a next time, and why, I just want to...
I told Fantine when she got back that you amongst yourselves could decide who gets to go on the next life-changing field trip with Finn. So if you want to be next,
yes, you can accompany.
It's not only just why wouldn't you bring the ranger out into the woods in the dark?
Well, maybe we wanted to get away from you.
Why?
You're complaining.
No,
I'm complaining for a good reason. The one connection to home in a long time. And I can't even experience it.
This squirrel
home?
stick is good.
You're not Faye.
My home is located right where the Fey portal is. I've been to the Fey Wild.
Well, maybe if you were more forthcoming about your
I
background.
told you all of this.
I don't think so.
No,
I
I have.
It's in character.
No, it has been.
Yeah, he actually has.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
She was too busy thinking of the Fae woman.
I was too busy imagining all the adventures I would have and not invite you to.
Well,
I can't believe either of you.
it's time for us to get on to the city, I reckon.
I agree.
I would like to stay, knowing that. But
She's gone, mate. They left at sunrise.
yeah, usually.
Would you like to wait till sunset and maybe they'll come back?
Please, God, don't make us do this. I'm begging you.
No. She's saying that he could. We wouldn't necessarily have to. We could just keep going. But I don't think it would be a good idea.
You guys need me to get you out of the woods because you're not the greatest at traveling.
Fair.
Well, let's be off.
I absolutely hate both of you.
I love you too, Tergot.
No, this isn't even one of my passive aggressive oh, I don't want to express how much I like you. No. That is outrageous.
I'll pull out some rations that include some kind of nut and say, here, you can hate both of these nuts.
God damn, dude.
Got him.
No, it was just as likely that we would have ended up carried off or killed. And we didn't.
Which means you should have gone with the entire
Alright, can we stop arguing about things that happened or didn't happen? And go on to the next part of the story?
It's a fair thing to argue about.
I know, but it's
I'm leaning against the tree, drinking, watching the show. Throwing that out there.
Oh, what have you got there to drink?
Well, here you go. I want you to have a sip.
I sip.
Edmund, this entire time, has just kind of been watching the proceedings, and finally he stands up and kind of dusts off his trousers that he's been wearing for about a week now, and says, "Oh, well, can we be off now?"
Please, yes.
No, it's fine. I don't need to. Fine, whatever. Yeah.
He may not be very street smart yet, but I can see Edmund just thinking in his head, so these are the people I've got protecting me?
Mm-hmm.
Edmund's just like, let's get to town.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree, please.
Onward to the city.
So, with the next morning awakening you all, let's see, Edmund, Dolar, Tergot, and Fantine, you guys have full rests because Fantine, you have your elf bullshit. Finn and Ormr, you are both exhausted for today.
Wait, what? I was supposed to be on fourth watch and she woke me up near the end of hers.
Was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was on third watch and I was taking fourth because we don't have Shadowfire anymore, so...
Okay, that's my bad then. So then Ormr, I thought you took one of the first ones, so that's my bad.
No.
So it's just Ormr that has the point of exhaustion. But all of you gather up your things, get on the horse, I assume Edmund probably does, and
Sure.
all of you start making your way north along the old dirt road. What's that?
Do I heal?
Yeah, you still heal. You're just not gonna. You have a disadvantage for skill checks. So that's just that. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, you're making your way north along the old dirt road that you guys had found, and that Dolar you took to the Banshees area. The sky is slightly overcast this morning,
and there's a gentle breeze blowing in from the west as you all make your way along that road towards the edge of the Fanghorn Forest. When you all do finally break free from the canopy, you're all happy to see the gentle sloping hills leading north to what you can just barely make out in the distance as a very large city. The last length of your journey to the capital of Northimia is long, but otherwise uneventful. Grassy hills come to sloping plains of farmland that go for several acres around the city. Your path eventually leads to a hard-packed country road leading north, and as the sun slowly begins to set over the horizon, you all eventually make your way to the outer limits of the city. Stone brick buildings with clay shingles spread out before you all as you make your way into the outer ward of Northimia. What's that? Where was I? Actually, I have a map that I need to give you guys so you can see that. So there you all go. If you're looking at the map, you guys are actually going along the lower right side road, heading north into Northimia. Dolar would be able to point out a few places of interest, which I have labeled on the map. There's Northgard Palace, which is, where the king hangs out. There is the Twisting Spires, which is home to the Magisterium and the Institute of Arcana. And then there is the Erudite Conclave, which is where Dolar actually got his quest from. So you can see all three of those positions there on the map.
You want to come here for a second?
Cool.
Yep.
So you're saying it's nightfall?
It's coming to nightfall.
Okay.
The sun's just beginning to set, so you've got maybe an hour or two before sundown as you guys make your way into the outer ward of Northimia. Let's see. So Dolar, as I said, you took the contract to kill the Banshees from the Erudite Conclave. You were staying at the Harlequin Giant, an inn located in the Merchants Ward of the city. The rooms there aren't too expensive, and the beds are clean, so it's a decent enough place. You all eventually come to the city's outer wall gates, and you find yourself standing in a bit of a queue as several dozen people are all waiting in line as the guards at the gate question each individual before allowing them to enter the city. Eventually it is your turn, and you see a human man, a dwarven woman, and another older human man all guarding this gate. So before I move you guys to the new map, can you give me a marching order?
I'll go up first since I'm the ringleader.
I'll bring up the rear.
I was gonna say Tergot was gonna be in the back.
Alright, I'll go in front of Tergot.
I'm gonna walk alongside our horse, which I could be in the middle or right behind Finn, depending on where Ormr wants to be.
Barnabas will be invisible on my shoulders.
I mean, I can be behind Finn, so that way if something comes up, I'm right there.
Okay, then I'm walking with Edmund in the horse. I imagine Edmund on the horse.
Yep. Edmund would be riding the horse. You're kind of walking alongside, holding the near the head of the horse, I imagine.
Yeah, holding the reins.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
fucked that one up. Okay, 1 second, everybody.
It's so quiet.
I know.
I mean, I can throw some role playing if we're needing to kill time.
Nope, I just had to move you guys to the new map. That was it. So, anyway. You guys, as I said, eventually it is your turn. And you see a human man, a dwarven woman, and another older human man guarding the gates. There's a few guards on the upper buttresses of the wall as well, and they're all kind of just watching, maybe a little boredly, the whole proceedings, but eventually the dwarven woman walks up to you, followed by the human man, and she says, "State your name, place of origin, and business within the city."
I am Varra, and these are my traveling companions of the Debauchery Circus. We are here to spend money in your fair city.
And as you say this, the human behind her, who is seems to be holding a ledger in his hands, he's steadily scratching down everything that you say. Varra, Debauchery Circus. And you, she looks to Ormr.
I am Ormr. I am also here to browse your wares in the city.
And then to each of you, she walks up and demands your name, what you're doing in the city. Edmund, when it's his turn, he says, "Ed Cole, with the circus." And just leaves it at that. She comes to Dolar. Name?
Dolar Diablo. I was sent out on a quest to kill some banshees, and I'm running back to turn it in to the Enclave.
She kind of nods a little bit and moves to Tergot.
Hi, Tergot, trying to find a way home.
She kind of sniffs at this one.
What, I stink or something?
Probably. We probably all smell terribly.
Perhaps,
Probably do.
Perhaps
We've been in the
she
forest for
liked
like a good couple, I don't know, good couple days. Don't sniff
I
me.
mean, he still has his potatoes in his pockets too, I think.
No, those are gone. Those are. No,
Those are gone? Okay.
He's gonna re-up his potato stash in the city.
They rotted like a couple days after, so I had to get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
So, why do people put dairy in their mashed potatoes? That's weird. Anyway, I'm trying to find a way home, hoping your college has something for that.
Be mindful of the laws. Don't linger anywhere too long. Don't be out past midnight. Go on through.
Wait, there's a curve in this town? God, this sucks.
I'm just gonna.
I'll whisper
through.
to Tergot. It doesn't mean you have to follow the curfew.
Well, I know that, and obviously I know that. Look at me. It's just kind of like I know very many towns.
It's not the best place to be talking about breaking the curfew.
I'll wink at Fantine. Well, when would you like to talk about it?
Fantine blushes and then looks forward.
I'll just walk on through.
Okay. And so, as you pass through the city gates into the city of Northimia itself, you all find a very beautiful city stretch out before you. As I said, the sun is beginning to firmly set at this point, but the city itself is very well lit. before you is a very large, sprawling metropolis. White stone, gray stone, brick buildings, all line along the walls in almost a very odd assortment. Almost as though everything was kind of built eclectically. You see sprawling towers all throughout the city, and the people who are walking about is a huge mixture of peoples. You see tabaxi, you see tieflings, you see dwarves, you see gnomes, halflings, Goliaths, one or two, even maybe a minotaur somewhere in the back.
Neat.
There's people of all sorts here. And they move and interact as though everybody is just people here. I'm actually going to change something real quick.
Looks like a pretty cool place, doesn't it?
Yes, full of very interesting people.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Well, as you make your way into the city, where are you guys wanting to go?
I think we should set up a base of operations first, so that way when we scatter all to the wind, we know where we're coming back to.
True.
Find us an inn with some rooms or some such.
Well, I can take you to the inn on the way to the Enclave. I got to stop by there.
Sure, mate.
How
Lead on.
is it like a really nice inn or kind of more of a shady inn?
There's a couple of inns here, correct?
There are quite a few inns in the area. The one that you stayed at, like I said, is the Harlequin's Giant. And it's a fairly nice inn. It's in the merchant district of town. And the beds are clean. Meals were good. Fairly decent town. There are very expensive inns. There are very, very cheap inns. What are you guys looking for?
That one sounds fine to me. Kind of
It's middle
decent.
of the pack. I'd be happy. As long as it's got a bathtub.
It definitely has
Well,
a bathtub.
Isn't the ocean like over that way somewhere? Can't we just jump into ocean?
Well, you're free to do so, Tergot.
That in a
If
bathhouse.
I may recommend the Harlequin Giant, I think it would be to your liking.
Right, well, show us the way, if you don't mind.
Yes, and to say thank you for the banshees, I shall pay for your guys' rooms. And the first round of drinks are on me.
Galore, you really don't have to. We
Yeah,
have
no,
so
seriously.
much money.
We have more money than you've ever seen in your entire life, please.
If you like,
No,
mate.
no, I must say thank you. I must say thank you.
Well, if you insist.
You really don't have to. Like, seriously, don't.
Too late, he already asked.
You already insisted.
Oh, I did more than assist.
He's like, I've already paid, somehow.
I sent a bird for a down deposit on the rooms.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, heading to the Harlequin's Giant, it does take you about an hour or more to go through the city. If you look on the Northimia map, as I said, the Conclave is the green dot right there, and you guys were right there at the edge of the city wall, so you're walking through the bulk of the city to get to the inn where Dolar, you had stayed while working at the Conclave. But eventually your group does make it there. And as they do so, you find a very lively inn, which I'm going to throw some lively music up, because why not? If I could find it anywhere.
Don't worry, Dolores gonna play it for us.
There we go. Anyway, you walk into a very nice-looking inn located in the merchant district of Northimia. As I said, where did I put that file? Okay. As you walk in, you can see a very big, beefy, burly half-orc man standing behind the bar. And as you walk through the door, he turns and yells, "Welcome! Find yourself a table!" You see a few patrons.
We're right here. You don't need to yell.
You see a handful of patrons in the inn itself. Most of them sitting at the bar, but a couple at a table. You see a tiefling and a human at the bar. There's a barmaid roaming around the inn, going between the people. In the back, you can see another human and a tabaxi seated at a table in deep discussion. But apart from that, the inn is relatively empty. But it is fairly early in the evening. Finn, you'd say probably around 6 o'clock, so
Cool.
good thing you got in when you did, because it's probably going to get crowded soon.
Good thing we can get some rooms before they're all gone.
Yeah, so definitely set up for us to have a couple rooms, first off.
Okay.
And then food, drink.
How many rooms should I get? Do you guys each want your own, or would you guys be sharing?
I'm willing to share.
I can take my own. I don't want to sleep with these people.
I'll share with Fantine.
Sounds fair.
Can I share with you, Tergot?
Actually, yeah, that'd be preferable.
It don't matter. I can either share or have my own room. It don't matter.
Alright, so 4 rooms.
Yep.
Okay. You head over to the bar, and the bartender standing there looks you up and down and says, "Welcome, how can I help you?" And
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go.
No, say what you're going to say.
Oh, I was just going to start the dialogue with them, so you're good.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
do it. No, do it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I cut you off.
No.
Yes, I need 4 rooms and a round of ales, and I'll point over to the table over that everyone's sitting at.
Okay. So go ahead
Let's
and
sit at this table.
what table are you guys going to take?
We gotta sit by these people so we can overhear their conversation, because I'm nosy.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes, and also may I have a bottle of wine?
We can manage that. Round of ales, that'll cost you 2 gold. The rooms themselves will be 10 gold apiece.
Could I get some juice, actually? I don't drink alcohol.
And I'll add in a glass of juice among that.
Vague
One second,
juice.
guys, I gotta answer the door.
Quote unquote juice.
I was going to say, isn't that wine?
No.
Juice!
Also 2 cups because of the little kid.
I was going to take an ale, actually.
Yeah, in this world you can start drinking at 12.
It's not good to. Are you sure, kid?
He's looking fairly pleased with himself and his moxie.
Very watered down ale.
Yeah, we sneakily tell the bartender, can you water it down just a little bit?
And so, Dolar, for 42 gold, you get yourselves a round of ales, 4 rooms. If you want a bottle of wine, that'll cost another 5 gold for a good bottle of wine. If you want a cheaper bottle of wine, there's also a cheaper bottle of wine.
No, we're going to go good. You know,
I figured.
new friends, time to celebrate.
I like the way you think, Dela.
And so you go back to your table, and eventually the barmaid does bring around several glasses, a pitcher of ale, a bottle of wine, a cup of what seems to be grape juice, Tergot. You sniff it, and it doesn't smell. It smells like a little fermented, like a little bubbly.
Just a little carbonated grape juice, but it's decent.
You mean it's not a box with a straw to stab in it?
No, don't have
I was
cardboard.
hoping for like a
Or a sippy cup, perhaps?
I mean, if you want a sippy cup, you could definitely get a sippy cup.
I would like at least a straw, honestly. That'd be nice.
If you roll a natural 1 trying to open your Capri Sun, you accidentally puncture through it and it starts spilling out.
Oh no. Party for all.
Edmund takes a sip of his watered down beer and just kind of shrugs. He doesn't pay. He didn't know. He doesn't know what beer tastes like, so he's just whatever.
Yeah, it's not that great, is it? Like,
I'll push a. I'll pour a little wine into a cup and I'll push it towards him. Yeah, drink some wine.
My father used to drink this, and he would occasionally give me a sip. And he takes a sip and kind of makes that, scrunchy face that kids make whenever they sip something alcoholic and sour.
So it's a dry wine. Got it.
Yes, definitely a dry wine.
honestly, Edmund, the juice is actually quite good if you want some of that,
I don't mind. I'll try that too. Why not?
If you think about it, wine is just old juice.
Yeah, which is why I don't really like it. It's, it's just that weird. You get weird after it, You start drinking it, and then the next thing you know, you're attacking someone for no reason.
Oh, so you're an angry drunk. I just find it loosens me up a little bit.
Really? I guess everyone's different.
Well, I think this is actually a great place to take our 10-minute break. We're getting to 4:30. So, everybody, bear with us. We will be back in about 10 minutes where we will be picking things up with the Debauchery Circus once again. Stay tuned.
In the meantime, our characters are all just super drinking.
Howdy, everybody. We are back. When we last left off, the Debauchery Circus was currently in an inn named the Harlequin's Giant. They are sitting about having some drinks, enjoying some laughs. They had all procured rooms for the evening, and so, Debauchery Circus. As you guys are all sitting around the table, drinks in hand, cheering yourselves and the accomplishment of finally arriving in the city you have for so long tried to get to. You set out on your journey, let's see here, a total of 7. You met on the 1st, and today is the 17th. So.
Wow, can you guys believe we've barely known each other more than 2 weeks?
I just want to point out that Tergot was not cheering or anything. He's been soaking over his juice.
This is nothing new.
Actually, it is quite new.
Edmund, seeing this, he's not drunk. He's only had like some ale and a little bit of wine, but he's a little bit friendly. And he puts a hand on Tergot, your shoulder, and he says, "You can always go back and try to find her again, Tergot. At least you know where she is."
There's a non-zero chance that she's not going to be back. It's fate. It's weird.
Did you tell? Can we assume Finn and Fantine told everybody the entire experience as you traveled throughout the day?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, she did seem very interested in that gem you have on your chest, Tergot, or wherever it is you have. I don't remember. Shoulder.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, so you don't know. It's okay, Edmund.
Well, I bet the only gem he'd like to see is Fantine's.
Ha! This is child.
And Edmund kind of blushes
Teenager.
a little bit because considering
I'm
the placement.
going to walk away now.
What's that?
I said I'm going to walk away now. Just immediately.
You just get up and walk away?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going?
What's going on at this table?
I'll accompany you.
Yes, Delor, come with me. I've had enough wine to be friendly as well.
So the two of you get up and walk over to a table where a human man, middle-aged with darkish skin and very thinning hair pulled back into a ponytail, is sitting with a tabaxi who seems to not have any fur at all. This tabaxi actually seems to be a naked variety.
A sphinx cat?
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Excuse us, would you mind some company?
The two kind of look up at you and... I suppose. Don't see too many new people around here.
Really? That surprises me. It's such a big city.
That's why that's why we so rarely see people. There's so many of us.
So people aren't naturally as friendly as my friend and I.
Not really, I suppose, but you're welcome to sit about. I'm Earl. This is my friend Dolan.
Did you say Earl?
Earl.
Like my name is Earl?
Yes.
Okay. And then Dolan?
Earl and Dolan.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Earl and Dolan. This is my friend Delor, and my name is Fantine.
What brings you two here? Along with such a big group.
Actually, me and my friends, not Delor here, were part of a traveling circus of sorts. So we've just come looking to handle some business and spend some of our coin.
Well, there's plenty of that around here. You are in the merchant's quarter, after all.
We heard something interesting. There seems to be a curfew. Is there a reason for that? It's not many places I've been to that have had a curfew.
Yeah, the city's kind of up in arms right now with what's been going on over in the Dwarven hegemony. There's talk of an attack that seems to have come from the Federation into the town of Weston. All sorts of rumors going on about that, and the Watch just wants to make sure everybody's keeping safe. You never know when somebody might show up.
Where did he say the attack came from?
The attack came... he thinks that the attack came from the Margarden Federation, which is south of the Dwarven Empire.
Okay. I am recalling some information I gathered. Okay. Interesting. Well, that's understandable. I lean over to the table, to our other table, and go, Tergot, you might complain at me again, but this man here mentioned the Federation, which I know you were once a part of.
Well, it's complicated. Also, why would I complain about you for that?
If I did let you know, so I just wanted to make sure that I let you know this time.
Yeah, I don't.
Passive aggressive.
You see,
end.
My home and the place I'm trying to get away from are two different things.
I see. All right, I go back to the conversation. Excuse
Matt,
me.
I'm gonna get up from the table and go ask the bartender a question.
Okay. The bartender, like I said, is a half-orc man, graying black hair, all pulled up into a top knot, and he's just washing glasses behind and kind of chatting with the tiefling and human. But as you approach and sit down at the bar, he looks over. What can I get you, friend?
I was wondering if you could tell me if there's a painter in town.
Hey, there's a fair few.
Like the artist type, not the, put it on a house or what have you.
Yeah, this is Northimia. This place is full of everything from mages to bards to artists to artisans. But yeah, I do know of a few artists, depending on what you're looking for. Are you looking for a canvas or of some sorts or something like that?
Somebody to do a portrait of a person based on a description?
Look up Maddis Torvin. Down in Artisan's Row. Ask around, you can't miss him.
How do I spell that? Or does it matter? I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, honestly.
Okay. I will slide him a gold piece and say, thanks, mate.
That gold piece disappears quicker than you can blink. Anytime, kid. You ever need anything else, let me know.
I'll mention to the rest of the folks that I'm going out to find a painter and go look for this lady.
Okay.
Right. Be safe.
Always. So I'll go out to the right district and ask around.
I will say that it is probably around 7 o'clock at night. You're just heading out into the city by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I figure even if she's not necessarily open right now, most places they usually live where they work. So.
Okay. So you head out into the city, searching out for the Artisans District. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Sure. Oh, I didn't mean to. Let me try rolling that again.
I'll let you roll it again. That's fine. It's even worse.
Even worse.
Okay.
Just take the 21.
It's fine. Just take the 21.
So you head out into the city, moving along the dark cobble streets, and you begin asking around. And you're told that, if you head to the southwest, you'll find the Artisans District.
Cool.
And you head in that direction. While he's doing that, Tergot, Ormr, what are you two up to right now?
I'm probably sitting at the table, since I'm exhausted, I'm probably, let's be honest, kind of dozing a little bit here and there. Kind of startling awake whenever something grabs my attention, but for the most part, I'm not paying much attention.
Okay, that's fair. Tergot, how about you?
I'm probably still just drinking juice, sulking a bit, wishing I was back into forest.
We can get there again, Tergot. There's no harm in trying.
I know that, but when?
Well,
because we're going to go to the king, ask the army to go down to wherever and kill a freaking giant wizard guy. And then...
What?
Wizard. With a W. Wizard. You said he was magical. The frickin'... What's his name? Veritude.
Veritude.
God, this is more alcoholic than I thought.
Well, there is certainly danger in that, but we also will at least have help, won't we?
I'm not saying that it's going to be a horrible, dangerous thing. I'm more of saying that, it's going to take a while.
Perhaps, but it'll also take a while for the king to rally enough aid to bring me back. So at least we'll have that time. And I'm willing to go in there with you. I just need to get some armor first. And he kind of pats his plain clothes that he's been wearing this entire time.
You haven't been wearing armor?
I've never had any, no.
We need to get that sorted.
No, remember, I've had nothing but the clothes on my back and my weapon, this cloak you've given me.
Oh, how's that cloak? By the way.
It's looking pretty ratty.
Yeah,
hearing him talk about armor, Ormr wakes up oh yes, armor. I need to go buy some stuff too.
You need armor. I've seen you deflect freaking arrows just off your bare shell.
Yes, but one can never have too much defense,
Actually, I knew a guy that had too much heavy armor on him, and he couldn't walk anymore, and so he kind of crumbled in on himself.
No. I'm not looking for armor. More like bracers or perhaps some wraps of some sort. You know, monk-type items.
I rolled a deception check for that because it's funny.
Absolutely.
And got a 24, so... Yeah.
I mean, if I was trying to be deceptive, that would not have worked, but I wasn't being deceptive at all, so...
No, that's deception. No, I'm not insight checking you.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I just rolled an offhanded deception check because I was lying. So.
Okay, my bad. I was thinking the wrong thing. Never mind.
See, all I can think about is some British guy coming up to Edmund, a bespoke armor, never off the peg.
So, what kind of armor do you want, Edmund? Do you want like a, leather, or maybe a chain? Although chain it would be kind of loud, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think I would prefer something of the lighter variety. Something that allow me to move.
Alright, yeah, I don't really have any other words. I'm just trying to make conversation, because, sometimes talking to people is better than just, kind of head down in your drink,
Absolutely. Absolutely, Tergot. Fantine, Dolar, what are you two doing?
I will refer to Dolar, since I talked a lot.
I'm just drinking and enjoying the conversation of the group. I'm just hanging out with you. I'm not really doing anything per se.
Would you mind gracing us with a song?
So anyway,
there a
here's
stage?
Wonderwall.
Yes, I'd love to hear some music.
Absolutely.
Is there a stage here?
There isn't a stage, per se. There's a fireplace with a mantle that seems to have a bit of a chair and some furs lined up on the ground and rugs in front of it that could probably serve as a stage. Or there's always a table.
Oh, I will definitely. I will go to the. I will go to the our table. I will stand on top of it and I will start playing.
There's a bar as well. If you're gonna get on a table, might as well get on the bar.
I'm gonna straight High School Musical the shit out of this and just step on a bar randomly. Just start stepping on and start singing.
And so once they rename the bar Coyote Ugly, we all watch as Dolar jumps up onto the bar and begins prancing about while playing his lute. Go ahead and give me a performance check, Dolar.
Is he singing about how he can't fight the moonlight?
Well, I guess we're gonna see. Oh dear.
Wow.
Oh no!
To be fair, I've been drinking since we woke up.
You'd think that would make
99
you
bottles
better.
of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
So everyone just watches as this drunken Dolar just starts jamming hardcore on his lute, and it is the most awful racket that anyone has ever heard. The bartender is clutching his ears and he's getting pissed off. The two at the bar are like, what the fuck is this? And they look like they're about ready to hit him.
Dolar,
That's my second crit fail with performance.
Dolar, you might want to get off the bar. You're breaking the glasses. You're kicking the glasses off of the bar. Dolar, please. Oh dear. Maybe you've had a bit too much.
I'm gonna kind of try to lift the table up, just harshly so he falls off. Because he's on our table.
No, he was on the bar. We just never moved him.
Is he not on our table?
No, he was on the bar, we said. I just never moved his token.
No, I got on our table.
Oh, you got on our table? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on our table. What are you doing, Tergot?
Okay, so I'm just gonna, take both hands, place him under the table, and just lift it up partially. So he just kind of stumbles off backwards.
Okay.
Well, have Edmund pick up the pitcher first.
Yeah, Edmund grabs the pitcher as Tergot just grabs at his feet and tries to pull. Go ahead and give me a strength check, Tergot.
7. I'm not very strong.
Okay. Dolar, give me a
Dex save.
Acrobatic?
yeah, dex save, I guess.
He's gonna be so drunk, he's super dexterous. Oh yeah!
Holy crap!
He's got that drunken dexterity.
Yeah, he does, and he just jumps back out of the way.
I do a backflip off the table.
Yes,
It's
you
much
do.
more impressive than your guitar playing.
It absolutely
Delora,
was.
have you considered getting into, what do they call it, where you trapeze? We could use a trapeze person in our circus show.
Tergot is feeling even more hurt now.
It is
Are you our
just-
trapeze person?
I'm actually more dexterous than him.
Finn, as he's walking along, suddenly feels better for some reason,
Whoa.
and he has no idea why.
I'm sorry, Tergot, but he obviously can't be our performer. Not with that show.
Yeah, but 14 on acrobatics.
That plus 10 is pretty big.
Tergot jumps up and does a flip off the table as well, and he lands, but it wasn't nearly as what's the word? As flashy as Dolar's.
Yeah. Well, you keep working on it.
That's 10.
Fantine,
Yes.
instead of me playing, how about you sing us a song?
Oh dear.
Oh, this can't go wrong at all.
Okay.
Outshine him.
I will attempt to sing. I'm going to sing some old elven tune in Sylvan.
Well,
Guess I'll-
I accidentally wiped with poison ivy.
I love that song.
Except
Nobody
it's-
knows that the lyrics are bad except for if Finn was here.
Except it's in Elvish, so it sounds really flowy and beautiful regardless.
And
But that's what you're singing about.
Fantine's sweet dulcet tones come out and just fills the bar with music, and everyone just kind of stops and watches for a few minutes as she just croons on in that elven language. It's beautiful.
I'm improvising the Lich of the Swamp song version. You said it's like a fairy tale story, right?
The Lich of the Swamp, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I imagine it kind of like a kid's book almost. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm doing-
it's a little
doing
bit.
a musical rendition, the Disney version.
I was gonna say, are we talking the Disney version or the Brothers Grimm version?
More the Brothers Grimm version.
Oh yeah, but it's in Sylvan, so it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
But anyway, so while that's going on, Finn, you've been
Yep.
making your way through the city, trying to figure out where the Artisans District is.
Yes.
And eventually you come to a bit of a darker part of the city, not nearly as much lighting. Some of the gas lights that line it are actually out. And you do see somebody who's walking about. And you walk over and ask them which way the Merchants District is. And the individual, which is this little old woman, kind of points towards an alleyway about a block and a half up.
You mean Artist District?
Yeah, the Artist District.
Right,
Artist,
I'm
yeah.
looking for Mattis Torvin.
And she once again points down towards an alleyway about a block and a half down.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly make my way down that way, and I'll have Barnabas perched on my shoulder but facing backwards, so that way if people are trying to sneak up behind me, he can see them.
Okay. And you walk, you head down an alleyway, and it is between two stone buildings that you can see lined up on either side of some rubble, some trash cans, and that sort of thing. And there, standing about halfway down, you can see a man standing just against the the wall a little bit there.
Okay. Can I make an insight check on the guy?
He seems to be just kind of standing there, leaning up against the side of the wall. He has a cloak on with his cloak hood pulled down. And he just kind of is standing there, leaning up against it. Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Okay. Trying to suss him out. 20.
He definitely seems tense, and as you're looking at him, you catch his eye kind of glancing upward towards you.
Oi, mate. I'm looking for Mattis Torvin.
Oh, Mattis Torvin, yeah. I can lead you there. How much is it worth to you?
He,
With a 23, he seems sketchy.
Well, I could tell you that if you try to rob me, I'll just have to blow your face off. You could just tell me that I'm in the wrong spot and where she actually is.
Yeah. Never heard of anyone named Mathis. And he has a crossbow that comes out from his cloak and in his hand, pointed at you. But I will happily take anything you do have on you, friend.
Right, the problem with that is that would mean that I would have to take something of yours. And that something is your life. And I'd really rather not get any blood on my clothes tonight. My fiancé wouldn't like that. So, you can either turn around and walk away now, or you can end up in pieces. Which would you rather? And the runes on my horns will flare up.
Are you trying to scare him off?
Yeah.
Make a intimidation check.
12.
And as you say that, he says, I know what to do with you magic types, and he fires his crossbow at you. Roll for initiative.
Sure.
Not that this is going to be too difficult.
No, but just in case.
Spoilers. I thought it was going to be the big bad.
Yeah, I'm actually going up against my master right now.
Yep, that's exactly who
He
this
just
is.
appeared in this alleyway. That's what happens with my patron.
My demon senses are tingling.
Yep, so I got a 22.
Well, I sure hope Finn's not getting into any trouble out there.
So
Finn,
he was taking a sneak attack round on that, so he is getting his shot off, and then it's going to be you.
Yep.
And that is a heavy crossbow.
Wow.
That should not have been at advantage, but that would have hit.
Either one would not hit.
Yes.
Yep.
So he fires a crossbow, it goes flying through the air, and you just kind of move your head to one side as the crossbow bolt zings by you.
Yep.
Your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna blast him. 16.
16 does hit.
9 points.
You hit him with a Eldritch Blast, and he goes stumbling back. 9 points of damage to him.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's still alive.
Okay. 13 probably misses.
A 13 does miss.
Okay. That was a warning shot. You can leave now. Or not. It's totally up to you.
It is the Imp's turn. What's
And I'll use my bonus action to command him. And then... I'll just move him right here. So that in case the guy decides to continue attacking me, Barnabas will just sting him.
Okay. And as Barnabas comes flying up towards this man, is he invisible, or did you
Yes.
make him? He is still
No.
invisible.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want people to know that I had somebody looking out behind me.
Okay. Good to know. So you do this, and you hit him with the Eldritch Blast, and he's looking at you. He has a he's giving you that calculated look of, do I want to tussle with this further? He spits on the ground, turns, and runs away.
Cool, I'll let him run.
Okay. Easy enough. And with that, you are left alone in the alleyway. You're not quite sure where you are at this point. Darkness has well set in. It's probably around 9:30.
Jesus. So I've been walking for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, that was me taking into account everything that Fantine and them had done.
Fair.
But yeah. You are welcome to continue on looking, or...
Yeah.
Back. It's up to you.
I'll try and like look for a map or something at least.
Well, I mean... It's not a zoo, so there's not just like maps lying about.
Fair. I'll have Barnabas fly up a little bit. At least he can tell us the way to get back to an area that's more lit. Well lit.
Okay. And
where people would be friendlier.
You definitely can. It'll take you about another 15 minutes or so of walking, but you can get out of this area.
Sure.
And nobody else does bother you as you're walking about. The streets are definitely getting...
more dead?
Yeah, more dead. Quieter, I was going to say. There are still people about, but it is definitely seemed to wind down a little bit as you walk around.
I'll start asking people once we actually get to a lighted area where the artist district might be.
Okay. Once you get back to a more well-lit area, there are a few people about, mostly people sitting in outdoor cafes. But go ahead, just give me a basic persuasion check.
Sure. And I am going to try and be nice about it. 19. You know, just sorry I'm interrupting your meal, but I'm new here. Can you tell me where the artist district might be?
So with a 19, you are given a bit better directions. If you pop up the map of Northimia, you are told that the Artisan District is, from where you are, a little south and to the west, near the inner wall of the city.
Okay.
It will take you probably another good hour and a half to walk there.
As long as I'm going to have enough time to get back to the hotel before curfew, then I'll do it.
It will be cutting it very close, I'll say. It depends on whether or not you can get this person and how quickly it takes you to do your job.
Yeah, that's fine.
It will take you about an hour to get there, so it would be about 10:30.
Sure.
And then...
I'll give it a shot.
If you hurry, you might get back to the inn by midnight.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, question for the DM.
Yes.
Do my numbers carry over? Or do I roll 2 new ones, even if I haven't used a past one?
No, they don't carry over. You roll 2 new ones each day.
All right,
use that 20 or lose it.
What's that?
I said I gotta do something this evening so I can use my nat 20.
Well, let's go ahead and go back to Fantine. What are you wanting to do?
Yes, Delore?
Would you like to go for a walk?
Sure, I would be happy to. Alright, we're gonna go for a walk.
Walk? I'm sure around town.
Yes, Delore, I am actually interested in knowing where some places are. You see, I'm quite a collector of books, and I'm interested in learning more about a few rare pieces I've acquired.
Is there anywhere where we can buy, like, magic scrolls here? Sorry for butting in, but that's kind of what I do. Yeah.
I'm sure some of the merchants will have some tomorrow. We can definitely go for a stroll as a group tomorrow and look for them.
Oh, you just
Tomorrow.
you just want this to be you and Fantine thing. Okay, I see. The rooms are probably upstairs. If you guys want that. So.
I think me and Finn are sharing a room.
Yep.
I'm gonna be a terrible roommate. Okay, we're going for a walk.
Okay.
No. See, Finn wouldn't care. Finn wouldn't care. You just can't get mad at him for watching.
Gross.
Oh, darn, if only I had blindness as a spell. Shucks.
Okay, so we're gonna go out for a walk, and I mean, I'm not sure how late any of these places are open. I believe one of them is a university, so probably best to go tomorrow. But I wouldn't mind cutting it a little close to curfew.
Dolar, go ahead and give me a just a history check.
I was going to say, it's not performance, so I should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's only illegal if you get caught.
Like I said, not performance.
Don't forget to call out your rolls.
Oh,
Yep.
17.
Thank you. So with a 17, you would know, Dolar, you've spent a bit of time in the city. Most like shops and things of that nature close down around 7 o'clock. Inns tend to stay open all night. Places like the Conclave or the Twisting Spires, they don't close per se, but if you're not a member, you're probably not getting inside past a certain time. But you're not quite sure about what time that is.
Oh, Delore, perhaps you can turn in your bounty.
Yes, let's go to the Enclave. I will show you around. And I will lead the way to the Enclave.
All the
I'll be pointing out spots, being all romantic and whatnot.
Make him roll a romance check. I want to know if it's working on me.
Okay.
Persuasion?
Make a charisma save,
just
maybe?
make a charisma check.
Yeah, just straight blanket charisma check.
You'd only get a +10 if you were a vampire.
Yeah. Can he roll with advantage because I'm already into it?
This is just basically to see how he's doing.
Wow.
So I'm gonna say that yeah, you rolled a 7, though you didn't call it.
It could just be that he's not picking up what she's putting down.
Fantine, you're like kind of into him, but it comes off awkward and kind of weird.
Delore, really, calm down. It's not that serious. I can see you're sweating. You're stuttering a little bit. Have you never spoken to an elf before, or rather, a woman before?
No, I'm just drunk.
Dolores
no, I am
trapped
just
in the closet.
Listen.
I'm Tom Cruise.
Adult virgin.
No, I am just so at all at your beauty.
Oh, you flatter me. Well, listen, we're peers, we're friends. You can just treat me as you would treat any friend.
Damn, I just got friend zoned.
I'm already quite fond of you.
Are your pants like a mirror? Because I can see myself in them.
So you're heading to the Erudite Conclave, is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you're not far from the Conclave. It takes you maybe about 30 minutes or so, and sorry. As you guys are walking, Dolar is kind of
pointing out, yeah, that's an enchanter shop over there. There's a blacksmith. There's a tailor. Some general goods stores. Oh, look, here's my favorite restaurant. So on and so forth. Kind of bumbling and talking way more than he needs to, as he's escorting you to the conclave. Now, the conclave itself is a very tall, 10-story tall, perfectly rectangular building made of a tannish color stone.
My god, they have skyscrapers here.
It is a very large building, but you guys also went by the Twisting Spires, which is twice as tall as this.
Jesus.
Yeah,
do they have buildings like this in Mithril?
The tallest tower in Ilmithica, in Mithril, is not nearly as tall as the Twisting Spires. Like, not even close. And it's awe-inspiring to see something that large and that strange. Like, imagine 3 towers in a clover that are connected and then just twist upward and upward and upward, almost like a unicorn's horn. And you have a pretty good idea what the Twisting Spires look like.
Awesome. I'm just floored. Wow, to think that the architecture of the more mortal races would best that of the elves. My father would not like this.
What does your father like?
I believe he is a man of tradition, so he very much supports the elves being as separate as they are from the rest of the world. And I'm sure he would like it if I did a little better in school.
Your father is a traditional, but to be frank, you are half-elf. Is your mother, I guess, the human?
Yes, she is. And she's anything but traditional. Or she was.
Oh, I am sorry.
No need to apologize. I think I learned a lot from her and my aunt.
So
Nothing
Shadowfire.
Listen, don't you do this.
So, when you guys do get to the edge of the conclave grounds, you find that there is about a 10-foot tall wrought iron fence around the entirety of the grounds, which go on for another 30 feet or so of nothing but just freshly manicured grass. The gates to the front of this is closed, and there are 2 guards stationed outside.
Well, perhaps you just approach and let them know why you're here.
I'll walk up and talk to the guards. Do I recognize them?
You do not. The Conclave is a very large organization. There's a lot of members. You do not recognize either of these guards. One is a half-orc, young-ish age, with a scrawny beard, but very big and beefy, who's got his arms crossed over his chest and is kind of staring down at you as you approach. His companion is a human, a male as well, sandy brown hair, light blue eyes, and kind of a thin, reedy sort of complexion to him. And as you approach, "What is your business?" the half-orc asks.
Good day, gentlemen. I am here to finish my business of my quest. And I'll hold up the head of the banshees.
You a member? You a field researcher? Or you a subcontractor?
Subcontractor. I believe, right? I am a subcontractor?
You are.
Tractor?
You are not a member.
Okay.
And the half-orc very gently tells you that
subcontractors are not allowed on conclave grounds. At this late, you'd have to come first thing in the morning. Just
come on! It's just right there. I'm gonna try to persuade him.
Okay, go ahead and
Just
roll a
gonna talk
persuasion
him.
check. You say, "Come on, it's just right over there," and the half-orc is like, "Look, the office of the liaison doesn't even open until 8 a.m. The liaison officer's probably asleep. Just come back in the morning."
Nah, you are no fun.
What if it was a 20?
Then you'd be waking somebody up from their sleep and
That's
unnecessarily going there when you can just do it in the morning.
Yeah.
But if you really want to use your nat 20, you can piss off the liaison officer.
No.
Feel free.
I mean, technically, we don't need. We're just telling them that's what we're doing. We can go in and take a look still. But
I mean, if you really want to get in there, you're welcome to. I'm not going to say no.
He's not telling you that you shouldn't do it, he's just heavily emphasizing it.
He's just suggesting it very strongly.
fireball. And what we could go find a better place to go to show you around.
Yeah, these guys. Yeah. Although I am
These guys are
curious, I will try to. I keep trying to imitate your accent. I hate this. I would like to come with you in the morning.
Yes, I would like to have you with me. I like spending time with you.
Ooh, smooth. He's smooth with it, though.
Smooth criminal.
Until he rolls to determine how well he does.
Yeah, until it's
Right?
gone to die.
My mouth is writing a check and my dice cannot cash.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, none of the other places that I would want to go would be open. So I suppose we just find a nice spot to look at the stars, and I'll use my nat 20 on some kind of a romantic roll.
Sure, absolutely.
Would you like to see my enclave?
Yes, I have an enclave that will let you in. No gods at this door.
And with your nat 20 that you arbitrarily are using,
Yes.
you
Hey, it
find
counts
the
just as real.
perfect... What's that?
I said it counts just as real as everything. I don't want to waste it. It's better that I use it.
That's fine. You find the perfect spot for the two of you to find a quiet moment alone, hidden away in the depths of this gigantic magical city. You spend your evening together having a grand old time, and eventually everyone makes their way back to the inn. Finn, just for the sake of expediency, you do find your artist eventually. You are able to commission the body pillow that you're wanting to do, though they did seem kind of irritated that you showed up this late at night.
Oh no, if they're already closed, I wouldn't bother them. I would just want to know where it is so I can more easily find it in the morning.
Okay, well we'll say that you did that. You figured out where it was after a bit of walking around and asking around, and you make it. Everybody makes it back to the inn by midnight.
Sure, I'm gonna send you a quick message.
Okay. But with that, you all make it back to the inn. You make your way to your beds, whichever beds you happen to go to, and everybody has a decent night's rest.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Do something here real quick.
Adding a personality trait says very good in bed. It's canon.
Very good in bed. Fantine is thought level 20. Absolutely.
Canon. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, no, I dig it. Okay, so all of you do waken the following morning and are able to get a decent breakfast in the inn. Potatoes, sausage, potatoes, sausage, bacon, eggs, all the things you love about breakfast.
As many potatoes as possible, please. Just pile them on.
And they do. Each of you pay out 5 silver apiece. It's not very expensive for breakfast. And as you're all sitting there at the table, mugs of ale or juice or whatever in hand, tucking into your very fine breakfast full of tons of potatoes and meats and whatnot, the discussion eventually comes to, what's the plan for today?
Shopping.
Yeah.
I say we should do some shopping. I know it's quite prudent to get our friend to where he needs to go, but we should probably make sure he looks the part first.
Yeah, I was thinking we could split off into groups. You know, me and Edmund go shopping and break some rules, maybe, and you guys do whatever you want to do.
I was trying to avoid saying his name out loud, but...
Yeah, I believe he's going by Edward.
Isn't it?
I've been going by Ed.
Yeah.
Alright, Eddie.
No offense to you intended, Ed. I just figure maybe a chance to clean up and put on some nice clothes would be good before
Meeting with the king, for sure.
Oh, and I didn't show you the upper floor of the inn. I actually did have a map for it, but there was a bathroom upstairs with a bath in there that everybody could have bathed and gotten themselves cleaned up.
Cool.
But yes, there are plenty of shops in the area, and a quick question to the innkeeper could tell you pretty much anywhere you wanted to go. So, since you're all seems like you're going as a group, where are you guys going first? What kind of shop are you looking for first?
Would the artist district also have a hatter? A clothier?
Probably. Or you could find one in the merchants district.
Sure. Then I'm gonna suggest the artist district just so we can try and get Ed some clothes made.
Okay.
Fine with that. Although
that sounds good to me.
So
I literally just want some a couple of scrolls for something.
Well, we can do that second.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. You know, like.
Can I ask the bartender before we go if he knows who Mildred Valcon might be?
Everyone knows Mildred. Lady Valcom is the what is she? The Chamberlain to the king.
Do you know where we might find her?
Yes, I do actually.
Because that's who we need to ask for the audience. So.
Let's see here. You could find her in Northgard Palace, no doubt with the king. She usually is managing court every day but Sunday.
What's today?
What's Sunday? What's on Sunday?
I actually think I once wrote up different days of the week, but I'm blanking on them right now. So we'll say today's Tuesday.
Okay. So, is there a way for me to contact this Valcon? She's in the castle. I imagine you can't just come and go freely, but I have a message for her.
If you present yourselves to the castle gate guards, let them know that you're there and that you have a letter for her. You should be able to get to the right people eventually.
Okay, thank you.
After a couple hours of going through, receptionists.
Mm-hmm.
Bureaucracy, yes. Bureaucracy definitely exists, no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you're wanting to go to the artist district first?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, for some clothes.
And you can find both.
Finn, you do find your artist that morning, and you go up to meet her and explain to her what you are wanting for your pillow.
Yep.
And after a bit of convincing, she does agree to do it for 15 gold.
Sure.
Not too expensive. And so she, you have to spend probably about an hour with her to fully describe in detail what it is you're wanting to do. So you probably have to go catch up to the rest, but she will also recommend a good tailor. Nikolai tailors a few blocks down.
Sure.
And the rest of the party goes to check that out while you're doing your description, and you kind of come back and meet up with them towards the tail end. What are you guys wanting to do at the tailor?
I guess just get some clothes for Edmund. Maybe I'll buy a fancy dress, because I did say I also have personality trait. I take great care to always look my best and stay up to date with the latest fashions.
Okay. What kind of clothes are you wanting to get for Edmund specifically? Like, are you wanting to get some fine clothes to make him look his station?
Get him a little suit with a little cape so he looks like a little gentleman.
Something tailored so it'll actually fit him properly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He will look like Mummy's little boy.
So, Edmund describes his house colors, which is cobalt and gray. Or is cobalt gray? Yeah, cobalt is gray. Cobalt and I was thinking like that dark navy blue.
Yeah.
He's a Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And they make him up a very fine-looking suit with a nice thick coat and pants in his color, a little bit of filigree, but not too much. He does not describe his family's crest. He leaves his clothes plain. And they also give him a very nice new cloak in the same dark gray color. And,
I'll take my old cloak back.
And he does give you the cloak back, and Edmund looks pretty good, I'd say.
Woo! Looking good, Edmund.
Fantine, you can also get whatever sort of dress you want. And for Edmund's clothing, I'm going to say it's probably cost 20 gold in total. So someone can take that off, whoever's paying for that, since Edmund doesn't have his own money.
I'll pay for it.
And Fantine, you're looking for just a very fine dress as well?
Yes, I've been observing all the beautiful women in town and deciding what's in style for Northimia. And then I'm going to buy something that is in style, that is very fine.
And you can they can definitely help you there. Very nice, longer skirted dresses seem to be the fashion, with something that comes off of the shoulder but has very long sleeves that taper down over the palm a little bit.
But it's like I get like a nice, long, ornate goth dress in all black.
That's kind of what I was picturing.
Beautiful.
And it black velvet trimmed with purple. It is beautiful, and that's gonna run you about 25 gold.
Next thing you know, you'll be buying some perfume that just smells like blood.
Yeah, I'm trying to attract my vampire boyfriend.
What's going on with your teeth there? They look a little pointed. It's kind of off-putting.
Oh yes, I had them filed, so thank you for noticing.
That sounds horrible. Why would you do that?
It sounds very pleasurable.
Finn, you can probably get your top hat very easily. How nice are you wanting this to be?
What's the nicest one they've got?
Probably a very crushed velvet black top hat, big red wide ribbon around it. It pops.
How much?
And that one probably is going to run you 15 gold.
Okay. I will pay 15 gold.
Absolutely. And with that, you're unless anybody else wants to buy anything at the tailor, the hatter, or artisan area, where else were you guys wanting to go?
No, I am gonna make sure that it actually will fit on my head with my horns and everything.
It probably takes a little bit of customization. Now that I think about it, since you do have horns, they kind of have to move the brim a little bit to accommodate them. But once you bend it the right way and pop it in, those horns will actually keep it up.
Nice.
And it'll take a bit to be knocked off.
Awesome. Now I look the part.
Absolutely. Anything else you guys want to do today?
Magic stuff.
Yeah, I have an entire shopping list of things. It's not very long, but...
Okay.
First, I want to go to a place that sells divine scrolls.
So, asking around, go ahead and make a... Oh, give me an investigation check. I think that's where we're going to go with this.
Ooh, a big ol' 4.
Yeah, you're asking around, and it's tough. The answer you get is, if you're looking for scrolls, the Institute Arcanum has plenty of wizards.
Not wizards, like nature-based casters, maybe? Yeah, wizards are a bit different.
Yeah, it's... You're asking around and trying to find it, and no one seems to know of any shops that sell divine scrolls, unfortunately.
Perhaps if we go to this Arcanum, they would be able to point us in the right direction.
I thought this city was like full of magic people. You know, it's like the magical center of the country, but no one understands how magic works. Apparently, you know, wizards like me. I do a entirely different way of casting.
Yeah, but a lot of spellcasters do seem to know each other, so we should maybe start there.
I'm interested in magical research, so the Institute Arcanum sounds perfect.
I don't like the mages. Okay.
It's
yes.
just a lead.
I am needing to stop by there. And we might be able to get your druid friend, find a druid for your friend.
What? Oh, I'm the friend. Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
No, they might know where we could find a divine caster.
I am talking to you in the third person.
Why would you just say... Just my name's Tergot, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Okay, so... Yeah, unfortunately, just with your a roll of a 4, you're not able to find anyone who sells divine scrolls right now.
Can I try and lead us to the Arcanum?
To the Arcanum itself?
Well, I know... I was going to say, I can guide us there since I know where I'm going there.
Dolar, go ahead and give me a history check.
Never mind.
So, as far as you know, the Institute Arcanum itself is a magic college, but they're not a retail outlet.
Mm-hmm. I'm still interested in going there.
Well, I figured, worst case scenario, they might be able to point us in the right direction. Sure. With them all being wizards there.
Okay, but since we don't have very much time left in session for a long, drawn-out encounter at the Institute, because that's like a big major area,
Fair.
I'll say that sure. You go down there, you spend most of your morning walking to the Institute because it is a ways away. You ask the guards there, and they point you to a little shop that sells a small assortment of divine spells, scrolls.
Well,
just for the sake of brevity. What are you looking for, Tergot?
I want 2 sending scrolls.
2 sending scrolls? Okay.
Yeah, sending it. You know, send a magic.
Yep, I know the spell. Give me 1 second. I gotta see how much they cost.
Does this town have like one shop that's a catch-all, or different shops for different magic things?
This shop seems to have quite a few different shops for different things, but There is a shop that sells enchanted items that you can shop at. Is blacksmith if you're looking for general items. There are just junk shops out there if you're looking for just random goofy shit. It depends really on what you're looking for. You guys tell me what you're looking for, and I'll try to make it happen for you.
I'd definitely like to go to the enchanted item shop, but I would also agree that random goofy shit is kind of our party's MO.
I would like to browse the enchanted item shop.
I only need a herbalist kit and arrows.
Okay. So, Tergot, you can purchase 2 sending scrolls. 2 scrolls of sending. They cost 500 gold each.
Oh, I was expecting that to be much more expensive. Alright, 1,000 gold.
1,000 gold for the 2 of them.
So are we ever gonna split up that money that Shadowfire left us?
Shadowfire's money.
Yeah, and he's probably not coming back. Otherwise he would have taken it with him.
I don't feel good about giving away other people's money. I know that sounds weird. But he's my friend. I don't want to do that to him.
You don't feel good about giving away someone else's money, but you'll take someone's money from them.
And then spend it.
It's kind of different with people I don't know, and I feel really bad about stealing from that inn. All right.
So we don't have time for a long drawn-out scene, but what I'm interested in magical research. So I can say that for next time, but I do want to send a box of coin back to the people at that inn.
Okay.
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's not for you to say. So.
Well, I'm just saying the mail system is very bad, and also
if it gets stolen, that's fine.
And also, I was gonna.
Okay. So, while there isn't a specific mail system like the USPS, there is a courier service that pretty much exists throughout medieval times, where you can find a rider and pay him to take a package from one place to another. So you could do that, Fantine, if that's what you want.
Yeah, so if I could have one thing that I do in this session, it's I want to get a box, stuff it with maybe a bunch of paper, and then a bag of, let's say, how much did we steal from them?
If I can, I'm going to give you the actual iron crate I stole from him with 100 platinum in it.
Okay.
Because I was actually putting platinum in that to give it to them. Because again, I don't trust the mail system, but
well, if you'd like to save it just in case, that's fine.
I figure you could wrap it up enough that they won't know what's inside it.
Yeah, I want to put it in like a crate.
Yeah, you could get a crate and line it with straw and fabric, and it'll probably cost you, Fantine, in total to make it a decent crate, 20 gold.
Okay, and then Tergot, you said with 100 platinum, is that how much we took from them, or is that like just?
Yeah, that's how much we took from him. Excluding the bag of money that Finn didn't pass out to everyone.
That's fine. So then I'll add 50 platinum. So it'll be 150 platinum. Yeah. So I don't want to convert my gold, right?
That's fine.
And I'm blaming you if it doesn't actually get to them.
That's fine. You blame me anyway, so.
And so you package all of this up and nail it up real tight, and you find a courier who agrees to take it to Misthold and deliver it to the inn there. It will cost 150 gold to transport it.
Okay. So I just pay him. I'm doing math. There we go. Okay.
Okay. So you accomplish that.
Okay. Let me also include a letter that says, "I will return your ring as soon as I am finished with it. I'm sorry." I don't sign the letter.
Okay, fair enough. You add that in as well, and put it, and everything gets boxed up, and it gets sent off. And you all watch as the courier gets on his horse and puts. It's not a big crate, but it's big enough that he kind of has to strap it to the side of his horse to make the trip. But he does, and he gets on and begins riding away, heading towards Misthold.
Don't get killed out there, please.
Time for the enchanted item shop.
Like, seriously, you know how many couriers I've shot in my day? 2, but...
Well, I hope it makes it, and if it doesn't, I hope that the people who steal it are young adventurers such as us, and feel very bad about it.
Absolutely. But you do make your way back to the merchant district, and there are plenty of shops there. The enchantment shop that you guys find is a place called Antioch's Arcana. It's located not far from the inn where you guys were staying, actually. And the street outside is filled with the fragrance of blooming flowers. As you all walk in, you see yet another half-orc. This individual, a very old gentleman, who is standing behind the counter, along with a couple of humans, females who are moving about behind, clearly shop clerks. But the half-orc himself kind of waves to all of you and says, "Welcome, welcome! Welcome to Antioch's Arcana. How can I help you?"
What
Do you need a lot?
Got for sale?
We have plenty of things to sell here. This is the largest Arcana shop in Northimia, I'm proud to say.
Can I make an insight check on that?
You can.
Oh, natural 1. No.
He's
It's definitely
telling the truth.
the largest.
Without
That's
question, it's the largest.
That's incredible. How did you get to largest? How much money do you make every day?
Depends on how much people buy, but you folks look like you're in the market for some things, so why don't you tell me what it is you're looking for?
I actually have a quick out-of-game question.
Yes.
Would our characters know to use class names?
What do you mean?
Like cleric, druid,
Bard.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, the problem is that a lot of the things that I would be looking for would be things suitable for a warlock, but I'm not really technically a warlock, so I'm just trying to figure out how to appropriately articulate in-game what I'm after.
Okay, well, so he does have quite a large shop, and you see displays of quite a few different things. You see weapons, you see armor, you see various items of all kinds. There's actually a broom on one of the walls on hooks. There are cloaks, there are rings. There's all sorts of different things. And as you're kind of trying to, at a loss, trying to say, just calm down, son. We have all sorts of things for all sorts of people. Tell me what it is you're looking for, and I'll see if I have something.
Yeah, do you have anything that, protects against fire, maybe?
Let's see here. And he kind of thinks for a moment, and I may have some armor in the back. Let me go take a look.
Sure.
Broom?
And he kind of goes wandering into the back area, and as he does, there are some a couple of other shop clerks there as well, so you can all start looking through all the things while they're watching. Eventually the man does return, and he says, "Now I do have this plate armor here that I've enchanted to resist fire. It's a pretty penny, but it's well worth it."
What type of armor is plate?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not plate. I was looking at the top one. I apologize. It's a chain shirt of fire resistance. Sorry.
Nice. Let me see. I need to look at the difference between a chain shirt and a breastplate. So let me look at that real
And I believe chain shirt gives you disadvantage on stealth checks.
Possibly.
Probably.
The stats tend to be the same. This is just a enchanted to resist fire.
Gotcha. Okay, because breastplate is AC 14 plus Dex.
Chain shirt's AC 13.
Okay, so I would be losing a point of armor, but I think that's okay. How much?
This was at least a +1.
Oh, okay.
So you'll at least be on par with what you have.
That's fine.
Yeah,
How much
and
would that
it
be?
doesn't give you disadvantage.
Yeah. The cost for this is 6,050.
Ooh.
Jeez.
While Finn's thinking about that, couldn't help over here. You mentioned a broom.
And you're eyeing that thing, and the half-orc picks it up and sets it down on the table. And as it does, it just kind of levitates maybe a quarter of an inch above the counter itself.
So you have no idea the boon you have granted me. How much?
Now, I made this special for somebody, and they never came to claim it.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm offering it at a bit of a discount.
That's the hand of fate working in my favor.
For 8,000 gold pieces.
Damn!
Damn.
Discount, you say? Sir, would you perhaps, be interested in my wares?
What sort of things do you have, Missy?
I want to show him the Staff of the Grave.
Staff of the Grave. Okay. Hold on.
Probably the magic item I have that would be worth the most. You interested in the trading value?
The half-orc holds his hand out and says, "Do you mind?"
No, please. I hand it over.
You hand it over, and you see him muttering a little bit. His lips begin to move, and he's running his hands along it a little bit, just above. And he seems to be casting a spell that you recognize as Identify. I could take this off your hands for 1,500 gold, I think.
1,500.
Yikes.
That's it. Can I make some kind of a persuasion check? To convince him this is worth a little more? Or to lower the price on the...
You can certainly try. What are you saying and to convince him to give you a discount?
Sir, it is as you said, there's not a huge market for someone who would be interested in a broom such as this, and this item that I am offering you is one of a kind. I found it deep... Where did we find this? Deep in the forest, deep in an ruinous dungeon. I promise you will find nothing like it.
Roll your persuasion.
Blaze!
Hey, did you ever roll your numbers for today, Fantine?
I did, and I have a 15 on the die, which would make this a 22.
Well, that's up to you.
That's up to you.
I'll do it. Sure, why not?
Okay.
I'll do it. So 22 persuasion.
So, the orc picks it up, the staff one more time, looks at it thoughtfully. 2,500 for the staff. How does that sound for you?
How about... So I'm trying to... If you gave me 2,500, I would be at 5,300. So I still wouldn't be able to afford this.
How much do you have?
Does he take payment in gems?
That's true. Do we got some gems we haven't sold?
Well, you do have, yeah, that is true. You do have quite a bit of gems you haven't sold.
How about you? Yes, 2,500. And you lower the price of the broom to 5,500.
How much gems do you have as well?
So the main two big ones would be some bags of gems that are 4,000 gold pieces total, including 2 diamonds worth 300. And then we have 2 platinum tree idols that are 3,000 apiece.
Oh, dang. The tree idols. I forgot about those.
That's
Could I just have
10,000 in total.
Yeah, I would say that if you, with all the gems and stuff you have, he would be willing to give you cash value for the gems and the idols, because these are things that he would be able to use in his enchantment process.
So I'm gonna mark those off, and everybody gets 2,000 gold extra then. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10, and then 5 of us. So 2 apiece. Assuming that we want to give. Assuming that we want to give a share to our new friend. Though I guess he wasn't here, so.
Yeah, he didn't really earn it, but I don't want to be that guy, so.
Okay, then everybody gets 2,500.
It is fine. It is fine. I did not earn it.
2,500 each then.
Okay, so then if he buys that for 2,500. Okay, so I will pay you 6,500 for it.
6,500 plus the staff, and he does give you the broom.
Thank you, sir.
One more quick question. I'm the type of chap who, in a fight, I like to fire out some lasers. Do you have anything that could perhaps make my laser do more against nasty things from down below, you know, devils and the like?
Want to holify your unholy blasts?
I want to... You pray to God and be like, I hit you with a holy eldritch blast.
That sounds ridiculous, but
if I learned to swim, I could be a holy diver.
So, you're asking for something to change the properties of a magical spell that you're casting?
Yes.
I don't have anything like that in stock. However, I am willing to do custom jobs when they interest me.
How much would something like that cost me?
I couldn't even guess at this point. Depends on what the resources I make. I'll have to do a bit of research and look into it a bit. But
right.
I do take a retainer of 50 gold for anyone who wishes to commission me on a project. However, if you do pay that, I will begin research, and I will tell you how much it costs before I begin to build it.
Sure, I'll pay you a retainer.
That's fair.
Do you by chance have any good items for monks?
Well, I do have these bracers of defense right here that someone just every single day comes and says, hey, you just gotta have a bracers of defense in your shop. So I do have them.
How much are those?
3,850 gold.
That's cheap as fuck!
Fantine, calm down. It's a bit different.
Okay, I'll buy the friggin' bracers of defense. How much did you say it was?
3,850.
3,850. All right.
And you got a fucking broom of flying, Fantine. You have no reason.
Its command word is tally ho.
I believe it is an attuned item.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I was like, I need to get rid of this thing.
Matt.
Yes.
So since I'm most likely going to be spending some more money here when your research is done, you think you could sell me that suit of armor for a flat 5,000?
Make a persuasion check.
20.
Yeah. He will give that to the chain shirt for 5 grand.
Excellent. So it's +1 fire resistance,
yes,
you said?
+1 fire resistance.
Awesome.
Actually, the Broom of Flying is not a attuned item.
In this world, it is.
Okay, that's fine.
I just gave you guys the handout.
Yeah, I assumed that it was going to be, and that's why I was like, I need to give up this staff.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me... Oh, wait, I still have that because I can sell it. Chain shirt of...
Does anybody want a ring of protection?
I could stand to be more... Actually, wait, it's attuned, isn't it?
What's it do?
I can't attune anything, so never mind.
Okay, it adds +2 AC.
I mean,
and saving throws.
if you're giving it away, I will not complain.
Let me see. It's up to you. I'll wear it if you like, or you can give it to the gentleman. Would my new item, is that require attunement or no?
Wait, the thing you're commissioning? Or
No, the armor.
Oh, the armor? Let me double check. I think so.
Okay.
And one question for the DM. Can I retcon that I also bought a big witch hat with my goth outfit?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'll subtract some gold.
Yeah, 25 gold.
20! Alright, that's fine.
Listen, this demon
Expensive
can
hat.
only simp so much, okay?
Oh yeah, I'm about to draw some fan art.
A gentleman by the name of Miyazaki comes up to you, trying to talk to you.
Like, this is copyright.
Probably.
So yeah, as far as this ring of protection, you two hash it out. I don't care who gets it.
You want to just do a roll-off of a d20?
I could try to persuade you to give it to me.
You guys persuade
I
each
try
other.
to persuade you to give it to me.
Persuade
Let's
contest.
have a persuade off.
Alright,
They call that a healthy debate.
sure. I have a persuade up in the chat, so click yours first, and then I'll do mine after, so there's...
No confusion.
Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I gotta go get back to my sheet.
Okay, Finn, yours is on you.
Okay.
Ormr, yours is on you.
Let me see, 1 second. Persuasion. Okay, you get it.
Dolores, so convincing in your argument.
So what are you getting?
He's wearing the ring of protection.
Okay.
You guys had like a very scholarly debate, presenting all your reasons. It was very factual and scientific.
Yep.
So how do I take this off my sheet? Then?
Just delete it off yours, and I'm going to add it to his.
I don't know how to delete.
Okay.
Press the little lock at the bottom, and then it'll give you the option to delete. It'll have a little track.
With my intelligence being a 2, or sorry, an 8, I feel like he was very factual debates. I just flexed a lot, like, yes, just like giant grins and smiles.
My beautiful hands.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it quits for today.
was
Thank you, everybody, for... I'll get to you, Tergot, after the stream. Thank you, everybody, for watching tonight. We appreciate you tuning in. For everybody here in the Debauchery Circus, I am Matthew R. Dawson. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye.